Right. Working my way through the Space Wolves Army box. So I'm just going to slap some red contrast on the back of this caper set because I don't really know what colour. So if in doubt, Flash Damage Red it is. So I just want this on here because I just need it. Whatever colour. Flash Damage Red for capes and coats is my whatever colour. It's my I don't have a preference, it should look fine. That's my general rule when it comes to coats and stuff when I haven't got a effing clue what to do. So yeah, I got all excited last week or whenever it was that we got the Space Wolf boxes in, thought I would build them up and then I haven't painted a Space Wolf in so long that I forgot I don't particularly like painting Space Wolves grey, blue, rust, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, my bad. I have just oh shit, chucked him across there. So yeah, we've got hello Bacon Medics. I've smashed through 20. Well, I smashed through the 5 Blood Claws and the 10. How are they called? Grey Hunters. They're all up to a certain level now. I say certain level. They're all up to like this level of done. So they're not 100%, but they are pretty much where they need to be. And same with the Grey Hunters, they are all at that same sort of level. So I'm going to get the head takers up to that point now. Rim Priest, he's going to be last, so I've just been doing bits of him as I've been doing other bits. Yeah, it's all from the new box. I haven't been on literally since then. I generally find that if I'm going to be online, it's normally because I'm painting something fun that I want to paint. And once I started painting these, I was just like, ugh, why did I start them? It's not an army I'm going to collect, so it was more of I just like, fuck it, I just need to get these done. Let's just get them done so I can go and paint something fun that I want to paint. Not that they're not nice, they are really cool models. I've just, yeah, they're just going to go on display in the shop, or I'll auction them off or something. I don't know, someone might want them. Yeah, I'll probably keep on display for a little bit, or just flog them straight away. So yeah, I wanted to do them in Heresy Grey, and I couldn't find a decent Heresy Grey. People got it early. I mean, I got it early because I'm in a shop. That's how I got it early. I'm literally sat in a retailer's. This early, I got them last week. Shops get them, UK shops get them, their stock in 2 weeks before the actual release. We're just not allowed to do anything with it except for build it and paint it if we want to for shop purposes. If other people got them early, then that's from retailers giving them to them when they shouldn't, which is a big no-no. As for how they were to build, they were actually really good. They were fine. They were say the head takers. The actual characters are all, there's not really much you can do with them, so you build them as is. Anyone that saw my YouTube video knows that I got in a lot of trouble for using the words monopose. A lot of people hated the fact I said that, so yeah. Not monopose. They definitely are monopose, but just for the sake of argument, I'm just going to say they're not. But yeah, the characters were really nice, easy to put together. And then the Blowclaws and the Grey Hunters, that it's like a Primaris kit, so it's as customizable as standard Primaris ones. Yeah, no, the characters do not have flexible poses. But I can't say they're monopose. Fucking stupid. Pretty sure when you have a single pose that would clash with that, but just gotta stop saying it. This is not a wash. This is AK Interactive Rust Streaks, which is a enamel streaking sort of grime stuff, which I am applying incredibly shittily. Should you watch my videos, you will generally see that I don't give a fuck about what I'm doing when I'm painting. So I'm too busy talking to you lot. I'm not even paying attention. I wasn't even looking at what I was doing then. I should hope you would be waiting on your Space Wolf box. It's not out till Saturday. Don't go annoying people by telling them you get it early or anything. And depending on who you've ordered it through, although most retailers in the UK technically shouldn't be posting them out until Thursday, because GW do not like you getting them early. You haven't sold any? You haven't pre-ordered any? How is that possible? I don't know how quickly they sold out. I mean, we sold out on all of ours, like basically on day, like instantly within the first, like technically, as soon as 10 o'clock rolled up. What's taking too long? Oh, right, okay. You ordered two, but no one. Oh, there you go. Painting mitts. You want to speak to Bacon Medic and see if he's got, see if he'll hold them for you to get another one. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a couple places. There's people in my gaming group that are up in London and they get their stuff literally the instant the shop gets it in. Should that shop get caught, they'll be in massive trouble. As I say, it's really not worth it as a retailer to give things out early. You get in a massive amount of trouble. You have your trade account essentially crippled for doing it. Breaking street dates is a no-no. It's the whole reason that if you order something from Games Workshop, like back in like a couple of years ago, if you order something from the web store, the web store actually used to dispatch it at the beginning of the week so that it arrived, for Saturday. But depending on when it was dispatched, it could arrive early. So Games Workshop don't. If you order something from the web store, or if you pre-order something from the web store, they don't actually ship it now until the Monday after release. So you will never get your pre-order from Games Workshop online on the actual release day. You will have to wait, or they'll ship it on the Saturday, I should say. So you won't receive it till Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we get everything. Everything's 2 weeks early, so Yeah, the head takers are pretty cool. I'm not sure what people are going to do when they want to run multiple head takers though, just because say they're all going to look a little bit samey. I'm sure you could probably chop off some arms and stuff though. Oh, the Thunder Pigments, did you order it and then it's been cancelled, has it? It's one of the worst things with some of the retailers, especially online, is they oversubscribe, so they oversell on their pre-orders and then have to cancel them all off. That always sucks ass. Right, where are my sponges? Let's get some rust in. Yeah, nothing worse than having to get pre-orders cancelled. Alright, so streaking grimes on these. I kind of need to let it set. I can't do anything with this guy at the moment because he's got contrast paint and it's wet on him, so he'll get the same treatment in a bit. I can't really do anything to him currently either, so it's a bit sucky. Right, so let's shufty them over and try not to get on my hands. Yeah, a lot of the time, some of them, depending on who it is. I mean, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a couple of UK ones that will always oversubscribe. Then they'll blame Games Workshop, even though it's not Games Workshop's fault. Yeah, they'll blame GW and say that they got stitched up by Games Workshop. That's just not true because we know exactly how many we're getting. We know how many we're getting the week before pre-orders go live, so. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, I have got some. Yeah, there's really nothing worse. Let's say I will always make sure that if we've got too many people asking, that I will warn people literally on the Monday when we find out how many we're getting. I will warn people a week before and say, don't even bother trying to get it from me. Get yourself online, get yourself on the web store, whatever. We've done it before where we know we've not even got enough. So, well, we've had so many people ask for stock that we've literally just gone, fine, we're not even going to offer pre-orders out. We'll keep it internal because there's too many people that have already said they want it. So I've gone with a bronzy gold for the middle bits. And I'm just going to very roughly highlight these out a little bit. There's really not much in the way of it on there. If you ordered it on Games Workshop, you'll be fine. It will say processing. It will say processing up till probably about Saturday. They will not show posted. They won't post it until after release date. But yeah, it will say processing for up to literally to the point where it's actually out for delivery, basically. You should be fine as well. They're normally actually pretty good at telling you when something's out of stock. And the customer service is really good. No swabs. This is not for Jack. This is actually just randomly for store. It's just for display. Or if I decide that they look nice enough, maybe I will auction them off. Because I just wanted to paint some Space Wolves. Yeah, they've got great support, even for us in store. If you ever have an issue, if you buy it from a third party, then you go back to the third party, you never go back to GW. You go back to your third party, and then we'll deal with it. And they're really good. But even if you're worried about a pre-order now, then you can literally just go onto the GW website and literally just go onto the chat and just ask them. Just say, I've got this pre-order. I just want to confirm that I actually have got it, and they'll just go straight into the order and they'll check it for you. Yeah, just pick this guy up already, haven't I? Just nonchalantly throw them across the. Okay, that's really nice of them. Wayland can be okay, or waylaid games, as I've heard a lot of people call them, because of the fact they don't seem to have live stock, so they'll let you order whatever, and then you'll be sat with it pending for fucking ages. But I haven't seen any like retraction posts or anything like that from Wayland come up saying like that they've oversubscribed or anything, so I would have thought you'd probably be okay. Again, nothing stopping you from just emailing them and asking them when they're likely to show as being dispatched. I've just picked the same guy up 3 times. Swab's going to be doing some Space Wolves. That seems like a crazy idea. I don't think you want to do Space Wolves as your first army, Swabs. If they've refunded your money already, maybe they have cancelled your thing then. But you would have expected them to cancel it and actually tell you. So I feel like I'm in like part of the conversation here that I'm not actually, because I'm looking back in. Yeah, I mean, if they've refunded your money, then they blatantly have cancelled that box out, I would have thought. It'd be very weird if they've not bothered to tell you. I mean, if I have to cancel an order I had to cancel an order from our web store the other day because someone bought a collectible coin that was blatantly not here, so someone had obviously stolen it. But the first thing I did was literally, before I cancelled it, I emailed them to tell them that I was cancelling it because the stock had gone missing, and then I cancelled it. So you'd assume that they would send you a message. Kill Team Starter is really nice for its price. It's really good. Even just the fact that it's the Marine and the Death Guard kill team in the box is literally just worth that price in itself. It says they take the money back when it's shipped. So they charged you, then they refunded you, and then they're saying they're going to charge you again if it ships, when it ships. Swabs, I might be on Twitch. I'm not sure. I could be. It's all going through Restream at the moment, so I'm talking to people on TikTok. I've just realised that I've also got this going off to YouTube and Twitch, by the looks of it. So yes, Swabs, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, it's TikTok, because the people on TikTok talk a lot more than you guys do. They're a right bunch of chatty bastards. Yeah, the MDF terrain's really nice. I'm hoping they do. Yeah, I'm not completely mental, Swabs. Well, I am completely mental, but I'm not completely mental enough that I'm just responding to non-existent people. So I'm not 100% sure now. I think this box has scratched my itch for painting Space Wolves now. I think I'm done for another 30 years. I was thinking I was going to get Logan, Grimnar and the Terminators, but Now I kind of want to go back to painting some orcs. I'm going to get the Space Marines done. Then get back to painting some Old World orcs. Because my Old World backlog is getting a bit silly. Oh, I do love painting orcs. Although the first lot I'm going to have to paint is probably Boar Boys, which I'm not going to like because I've got like 30 Boar Boys to do. Actually, it might be 40 Boar Boys. I can't remember. And then there's the old school Black Orcs as well. I did not use the Army Painter Wolf Grey Primer, no. I used... it was just GW colours. Fuck me, what was it called? I used Night Lord's Blue for a base because I couldn't be asked to do... I couldn't be asked to try and find another colour, so I used Night Lord's Blue base, and then I went up through the standard Space Wolf colours. So I went up into... what is it, Rust Grey? No, Fang? No, hang on, 2 secs. Where's the darker one? What's the darker blue? No, yeah, I did. I went up through. I'm going to go grab it a second because I'm not going to... I won't guess. That's a silly idea. Yeah, it was the Fang. Yeah. Yeah, I just went up through the shades. Through the Fang, Fenrisian Grey, Fang, Rust Grey, Fenrisian Grey. Not very much Fenrisian Grey. In fact, I think I just mixed some Fenrisian Grey into the Rust Grey to make it a little bit paler. But the washes, the enamel wash makes the big difference here because it changes that colour from that horrible bright blue to that. Yeah, thunder pigments, that sounds a bit odd to me. Yeah, Fang them Russ, and then do some mixing up with Fenrisian as well. Get it a bit lighter where you need it to be. Yeah, I don't know how they could say they don't have it in the warehouse since we all get our delivery shipped like weeks in advance now. Right, let's take this enamel wash off. And see how much actual paint it removes because I don't know if I've given it enough time. See, well, the armor's had enough time easily. I'm not going to be particularly gentle with this. Shouldn't need to be. So, yeah, this rust wash makes a big difference. And then also using an ultra matte varnish, AK's ultra matte varnish afterwards, also makes a massive difference to the colour. Yeah, I think we'll do some orcs next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off as much of this as possible in this pass. Then I'm going to move on to the next guy, do the same, move on to the next guy, do the same, and then I'm going to go back and grab this guy again and take off a bit more. What time are we on? Oh my god, it's only 12:15. Yeah, I came on today because I thought everyone's going to think that I've like given up or something because I haven't been on live. I haven't posted anything for like a week. Or whatever day it was that I posted the last Friday. I don't remember. I literally don't remember. Whatever day I was on YouTube and I posted the video where I was definitely not being sarcastic about people whinging about my use of the word monopose. Even better, apparently, the fact that I then used the word monopose about 700 times in the update video I did. Right, that's enough off of that guy a second. Let's flip this. Let's get a clean edge on this and just go and do this guy. Also, another reason for not going live was that last week was pretty much just this. It was just me wiping minis with makeup sponges. Not the most exciting things to do. Oh, also, that's another. There's probably another good reason why I haven't been live for a week is that I gave up nicotine, so to stop vaping. So I've gone cold turkey on the nicotine as well. So I don't think I would have been very good company last week. I think I would have sworn a bit too much. Admittedly, it's not actually been as bad as I thought it would be. Right, so let's see. Right. So, swallowed my hands. Right. Maybe we'll check them out in a sec. There's no point in looking at them properly until I've gone through them again. The idea is to remove as much as possible. Oh, also, I've got no helmets on this whole Space Wolf box set. No helmets. Everyone's so far said I'm mental to have even chosen to do that, but not a single Space Wolf not a single Marine has a helmet on. Helmets are for nerds. I mean, yes. Also, they don't really like to. Like in the books, they're not massive fans of wearing them. They find them like constraining to their like senses and stuff. But I also like to think of the fact that if the majority of them aren't wearing helmets, like you'd assume that if one of them put a helmet on, he's probably gonna like have the piss taken out of him or something by the rest of his brothers for putting a helmet on. So I reckon there's got to be some sort of peer pressure behind it as well. Definitely don't want to be the only guy in 20 wearing a helmet. Or 25 in this case. 25? Yeah, 25. Also, some of the unhelmeted heads are just super badass. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, gotta have the wolf mask on the priest. But, like, I mean, this beard on the rune priest, that's just banging. Like, that's an awesome beard. Like, why would you want to wear, like, that really dumbass, like, wolf skull cowl head when you can have that super awesome beard? That's how do you fit the hair? Like, if you got hair like this, how's that? That's not fitting in one of those helmets. It's just not going to go in there, is it? Right. First Duda. So he's dried a little bit better, a little bit more. Probably going to have to leave them again for a second. So let's Let's find a new thing to batch out. Where is my slightly shinier silver? There it is. Let's just shake this off a sec. Shake up the shinier silver. No, let's shake that up a bit more. Alright, so these two do it. So the Wolf Priest and the Pack Leader, they're getting done last because they need more time. Need more time doing them. I'll have to move my finger, go all funny. Right, shook that one up. Yeah, that's better. That's a bit shinier. Oh, back in a sec. Hello. Thank you. That's quite alright. Cheers. No worries. Right. I didn't need to mute you. It was just picking a parcel up. Right, so the one thing with the Ultra Matte Varnish is that it makes all of your metallics go super grey and flat. I'm going to turn this light on a second because I can't see shit. So that's another thing that needs to be done is I need to go over just very basically. I need to quickly go back over a bunch of the metallics, but not a huge amount. Like just a bit like the bronze, really, just tiny dabs. This will be the way. I've still got things like the string and some of the tooths and the little like they're called little like talismanic charm thingies that they've got like rattling around on their armor. Runes, runey things. So not going in to paint all of this properly, just going in to brighten it up a tiny bit. They do all have them as a little bit of, it's like one ear has part of the helmet on. That'll do. Right, just got to do that 20 times. We'll use that as a timer to determine that I've waited a while for the rust streaks that I've just wiped off to dry a bit more as well. I always find what happens is that if I just take off streak and grime and then go cool done and then go off and leave them, I'll come back and there'll be bits that I've missed that have gone rock hard. So what I found, for me anyway, the best thing to do is to give it one pass, go off and do something else, and then come back. Not massively long time later, but just enough time for it to dry a little bit more again, and then go over and do it again. So I'll generally find then that I will remove one bits that I've missed, but also two, any of the like coffee stainy sort of streaky bits that I may have put there that I didn't really want. So it may seem like a dumb way of doing it, but it's just the way I do it. No one can tell you how to paint your toys. Two. Ugh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? So I actually have decided that I prefer the blood claws to the grey hunters, and it's a really stupid reason why. There's a difference to them. I'll show you what a difference is in a sec. because it took me a little while to figure out what it was. I couldn't figure out what it was. You do not have to click like if you don't want to. Likes are appreciated, but they are not mandatory. Right. Yeah, hang on. Let's pick this dude. I keep picking this guy. I'm not sure why. It's weird. So I guess I prefer the loadout. So I prefer a pistol to a carbine. But I guess there's two things that I like more. Ooh, no, I've just found another one as well. Okay. More reasons to like these guys more. So, one, the legs. These, like, the knee pads. There's no knee pads, and I like that. That's cool. Two, these guys get yellow shoulder pads. They only get one. These guys get two. And for some reason, I think that looks better. But three, their backpack's different. They've got the whole, like, bally small backpacks where that, like, thingy doesn't have that, like, cowling on it. These bits. It doesn't have the cowling, whereas this does. And for some reason, that makes a big difference. To me, visually, I actually much prefer these backpacks. So it took me ages to try and figure out what it was, because I was like, they're the same. They're the same things, but they're not. Plus, yeah, no, yeah, it's not. It's not just the loadout. It's just those like little things that have made them much cooler. Whereas the Grey Hunters to me just look like Primaris Marines. But it's also probably why it's taken me so long to get to this point, because really shouldn't have taken this long. But I did the Blood Claws and I painted them up to how they are now, and then I went over to the Grey Hunters. And I think when you're painting the ones that you like more first, then when you get to the guys that you don't really like so much, it's a bit of a struggle to be motivated to keep painting them. Nothing worse than painting minis that you don't want to paint. Well, I'm sure there is, but in this situation, nothing worse. So the nice thing about waiting for this enamel to dry is that I can do these things I just couldn't be asked to do. I knew it's like steps that needed doing, but I can't be bothered. I'll put it off. I'll do it later. But I can't do that now, so that's the thing. It's also the reason that I think going live was quite a good idea, because if I wasn't live right now, I'd just be like, meh. I'll wait for that stuff to dry, and I'm just gonna go and. God, motorbike's loud. Yeah, if I wasn't like live with you guys right now, I would have just been like, cool. I'm just gonna stop painting, let that stuff dry. I'll go watch some reels or random shits on YouTube or whatever. But I can't, because you lot are there, and I can't just bugger off. Well, I could. Oh, missing pieces. That drives me mad. My floor in my shop is the same colour as sprue as well, so it's not the best. It's not the best thing. I had a flying piece as well, have you? Oh, even better. That's the worst, actually, is when they fly off and then they could be anywhere. I've had pieces that I've dropped while I've been sat here, and I've pulled my entire like painting area, desk, everything here apart swept it all up into a big pile, gone through all of the rubbish that I've swept and everything, like with a fine tooth comb to find the bit, and then it's literally just been in the like folded part of my jeans above my trouser leg, like above my shoe, like the bit where my jeans meet my shoe. It's just like plopped into there. About missing things though is that I've got these small. I say small. They're not even that small. I bet you couldn't even see how I can. I'm going to talk about like. I mean, I'm useless for like. I can lose anything. But I have currently got. I'm going to stop just so I can show you what this is, just to show you how big it is. So I have got 4 of these things. So they're like air purifiers, like carbon ones from Anycubic. Actually, I've got 2 black ones, 2 white ones. So you can see they're not small. I put it next to the Space Marine. Look, that's pretty big. So there are 4 of these, 2 black and 2 white. They live in my shop and they're generally here by my desk. I can only find 1 of them. So there are 3 of them. My shop's not very big, and I've ripped my shop apart. And can I find them? No. There is no reason that they would be anywhere else, and I have gone mental looking for them. That's how easy it is for me to lose things. I print minis. Obviously not these minis, but yeah, I can and do. Been printed a lot of Trench Crusade in the last month or so, or a couple months. But currently, no, I'm not printing anything at the moment. Oh God, I hope you do find that piece. Trench Crusade's a real weird one because there's no commercial license for it. So, like, I bought all the files, but I'm not allowed to print any of it for anyone because it's well, you're just not allowed to. I guess there's nothing stopping me from printing them and giving them away to people for free, but you couldn't, yeah, technically couldn't charge for them. Oh God. To be honest, it completely depends on what printer you've got. It's not even just the printer; it's the resin itself and the temperatures. I mean, I don't print anything in the autumn, or I didn't used to, because it was too cold. So resin needs to be like, what is it? It's like up into the 20s or something minimum. So I've just got a heated thing for mine. But yeah, there's so many variables for resin printing. Filthy beast. I mean, you're gonna tell me that Magnus did no wrong. I feel like the Space Wolves and the Thousand Suns were equally to blame. I guess the other thing to do is to print like the resin calibration tools, print some rare files, and see which ones stick. At least then you'll know if it's a temperature thing or not. No worries, painting mitts. Have a good one, bud. I guess it also depends on how your printer levels. Like if if you've got like a self-leveling printer, Someone's just said Prospero lives, filthy beast. I mean, I don't deny. I mean, Prospero doesn't. Technically, Prospero doesn't, because it's very much a wasteland. Planet of the Sorcerers, which was what Magnus's warp recreation of Prospero in a kind of way, does exist. Yeah. Thousand Sons pre-heresy. They're a bit of a weird one. I like them and I don't like them. They were a bit OP, I think, pre-heresy. But then kind of got their comeuppance, didn't they? Playing with their essentially playing with demon Pokemon. Everyone seemed to have their own Pokemon in heresy. Do I need to do this with these guys? I don't remember. It's annoying because I did these guys during the week, so I can't actually remember if I've already kind of like. I think I've already done their silvery bits of it. Pretty sure I have. I'm not going to do that for them. It might be a bit OTT. Right. Right, so head taker. Back to him. I apologise for the YouTube and the Twitchy type people because I think this camera is really bright on them for them, but I had to turn the light on because I couldn't see. I couldn't really see all of the bits of streak and grime that I was missing, or rust streaks. And I don't want to get it all off, I just don't need any like hard lines of it anywhere. Yeah, that's better. So this will look different again once it dries, and then it will look even more different when I ultra matte varnish it. So yeah, he's looking a bit blur. They're all a bit too shiny for my liking. It's the annoying thing, I think, with a lot of the contrasts, and there's quite a lot of companies, to be honest, now as well, where their paints are all very satin and they have that satin shine. The speed paints and the contrast paints all seem to make everything even more and more satin-like. I'm not 100% sure really on what I'm going to do with the like fleshy parts of these cloaks as well. Do I leave them like a skin colour, or should they be a different colour? I don't know. Always assumed that a pelt would just be left the flesh colour. Right, I can't really get into that bit. It'll be fine. Right. This is why I'm coming back, because I can then see the bits that I've missed. Like there, right in there, right against that back inside leg. Big brown splotch. And And chances are I'm going back in there again in a second. Right, let's see. So probably going to need to mess about with the flesh bits on these cloaks, the actual, like, the hide side of it as opposed to the fur. I know that there's I'm technically going into bits that I can't see, which normally doesn't bother me too much, but it's just one of those where the Rust Streaks colour is so much different from the blue that it can look a little bit shit if you do manage to catch it. If you do notice it somewhere. So I may as well try and get rid of as much of it as possible. Okay, so that's better. Just gonna grab this and just dot that into there underneath his face a second. This guy, even though I've just done him, literally I'm sat here doing the other one and I could literally see big blobs of Rust Streaks still just there untouched. Right, so here's the thing. Is this going to look the same as the other three? Other three? The other 20. The other thing, other Space Wolves. So what I'll do in a sec is I'll just mute my audio because I'm going to hairdryer these. And I don't think anyone's going to want to listen to the hairdryer blasting. So, right, give me just a sec while we mute. Oh, my hand is so warm now. Proper heated my hand up then. Right. That should be enough time, I would have thought. So let's just clear that up a second. Let's grab some Ultramat. Let's see what it does. I need something to put it in, so let's plop that down there, Mo. And let's give this Ultramat Varnish a shake up. It's just AK Ultramat. do not use it unless you have used it before. Or just be prepared for shit to look very different once you've used it, because it's a rather big difference. In fact, we will see what this looks like in a second. I need my pulse servo scale is absolutely disgusting at the moment. Minging, really bad. Needs to be cleaned off. Oh, I just got that everywhere. Ultra matte varnish is super liquidy as well. It's like ridiculously watery. First time I used it, I think I shook it up so much because I was like, oh, it's obviously needs a mix in. I also make sure that the brush you use to... Oh, what the hell was that? Make sure the brush you use to apply your varnish is clean. That's the other thing I've noticed, is that it definitely pulls the colour. If you've left any back on that brush, it definitely contaminates it quite easily. Right, so hard to tell with this. He looks quite matte already. He does. I think I am going to have to... Why is this... TikTok says I am inactive. Oh, no worries, fake medic. Pates, how a good one, bud? As I talk to you with my paintbrush in my mouth. Right, I'm just flicking that light off a second because it was getting a bit bright in my face. Right. So whether or not this makes an actual difference. It 100% does. I don't know if it will, though, camera-wise. Because the enamel washer, the rust streaks themselves have like a matte effect to them. What's that? Yeah, just the enamel wash itself has a matte effect, but you still get you can still see satin parts from all the contrast paints and stuff that's been used. So you still get that shine in some bits of it, but where this really affects things is over metallics. Like the metallics, literally just golds just look brown, silvers just look grey. It's actually quite nice though, because it does mean that you can go back over. You can actually highlight your golds and your silvers with the original colour, and just pop the shiny bits just back in bits. It looks really cool. So someone was saying a while back, asking me like, do you varnish your minis for protection? And no, I don't, and I'm not. I'm not varnishing this now to protect it. I'm varnishing this to literally make it as matte as possible. Which is another reason which I say don't use this unless you either have before or you're planning on just going for it and applying it to every one of your minis that are in an army, because it will look so different. Like there's matte varnish, which is generally has like quite a satin shine to it anyway, and then there's like this stuff. And I don't think you realise just how matte something can be until you put this on it. And the difference is mental. I mean, this will also seal the enamel a bit, although I have done it. I've used it before and then gone and done something over the top of it and then rubbed this stuff off. Admittedly, that's probably because I didn't leave it long enough to cure out, but I am hugely impatient sometimes when it comes to just trying to get something done. I probably wouldn't recommend that you put matte varnish over an enamel coat as quickly as I've just done, but I did wipe most of it off and I did hairdryer it afterwards, so I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, that's the other thing as well. So that's another reason that I wanted to go over these guys like 3 times with the white spirits and the sponges is because once this stuff's dried, like the white spirits and the sponge and white spirits is not going to take any more of that rust streaks off. This is going to literally seal it in. So kind of locking that in now. Committed. So I have a feeling that these guys, the blue of these guys' armor is going to look a tiny bit different to the blood claws and the grey hunters. I made a bit of a boo-boo when it came to my... Normally I batch paint and I do everyone's steps, everything all the way up the same time, same point, and I didn't because I went rogue and started painting the blood claws more. Like I got all of their armor, all the blues were up to a certain point, but then I went in and I started painting the blood claws, and then I just thought fuck it, and I carried on doing the blood claws, and I messed with their armor as I was doing them. And then when it came to the grey hunters, I realised that I'd actually, even though it was only last week, I completely forgot what the fuck I did with the blood claws. So yeah, I've been colour matching essentially the grey hunters, colour matching the grey hunters so that I could get them the same as the blood claws. And then so I've been fucking around with them for the past couple of days, and they're not actually, they're not exactly the same. They're similar enough, you probably wouldn't notice, but they're not exactly the same. So I'm not expecting the head takers to be now because, as I say, I've fucked around with them a bit. But I don't know, actually. They might be similar. It could be interesting to see. Right. So I am going to hairdry these again. So apologies. I'll be back. Let's just hairdry these and then give me 2 secs. Alrighty, Roo. Okay. Yeah. I need light again. Boink. So, that's actually, they've come out pretty good. I think there'll be a little bit more time needed for that to cure out a bit. I may need to prat about with them a tiny bit more. I may need to add some just Fenrisian Grey back in. These guys are a lot more grey and these guys are a lot more blue, so I can get away with it. It's really not a problem, but yeah, I may have to mess with them. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be done with these dudes to even get them up to the same point as these guys, but yeah, these are definitely a lot bluer. So, but it's fine. We can get them up there. We can get them to the same point. Yeah, that's not bad. What have we been going for? 54 minutes, so just under an hour. And I honestly can't remember what I started doing. So, but this rate box set will be done before launch on Saturday. Admittedly, I do have to basing, and I kind of want to do some messing about with some snow. So that's probably, knowing me, that's like a day's worth of dicking about in itself. So, yeah, I will carry on with. So this guy's getting done last just because he's got black armor. So I'll do stuff to him separately. Yeah, chances are what I'll do is I will mess with this guy's. I'll mess with this guy's armor while I'm touching these guys' armor up, because I say they've got some Fenrisian Grey that needs putting on them. I think Fenrisian Grey and possibly an oil wash, and then I'll reapply the. I'll reapply the ultra matte varnish after that, and we'll see if it gets the color down. And I'll do the same to this guy as we go, as I go with that. So yeah, right. I might be back later. Depends on what I need to do. I'm gonna let these guys cure out for a bit before I mess about with many more. And then yeah, if and when I come back, it'll be after I'll do it off camera. I'll just mess about with the Fenrisian Grey with the airbrush, because I can't be fucked to move all of the stuff over here, and that's only a 2-minute job, so my hands look weird on the camera like that. Anyway, right, cheers guys, have a good one. Thank you for